Welcome back, everybody, to the Dragon's Lair. My name is Wade, and this is my show, What I Watch. It's where I talk about the movies that I love. And today we are obviously talking about The Predator. Well, okay, we're talking about Predator. The Predator is a movie in the franchise that more recently came out in 2018. Don't get them mixed up. There's also a really cool movie that came out. I think it came out to Hulu. It's called Prey. That takes place in the Predator universe. It's very cool. Check out Prey. So looking at Predator, it came out in 1987. It's rated R. It has an hour 47 minutes runtime. um, and the main actors, here's the movie poster. The main actors that I put down are Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. I do throw an honorable mention to Jesse the Body Ventura, um, but besides that, the rest of the ensemble, because there's like six other actors in this movie besides Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just they've done other things. I just haven't seen them in very many places. So there are other people, but it's directed by John McTiernan. IMDb has it at a 7.8 with a Metascore of 47. I don't know what Metascore of 47 actually means. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 80% freshness with an audience score of 87, which is pretty good over there on Rotten Tomatoes. Classified as science fiction, action, and horror. Released June 12th, 1987, and it box office grossed 54.4 million. Okay, so that's real talk now. I've thrown all that out there. Warning, all right. If you're gonna watch this movie, it's pretty rough and tumble. There's a lot of swearing, a lot of f bombs. There's outdated language in this movie. So there's language that we don't use anymore because it's inappropriate or offensive. So if you're gonna watch it with your kids or people who care about that kind of stuff, there's language in it that's now considered to be offensive. And then lastly, there's a character in this movie that's always making jokes, and the jokes that he's making to try to make the other guys laugh are pretty inappropriate. So the way I kind of think want you to think about it is imagine like some bikers and some truckers and some construction guys all hanging out together, and some sailors, bikers, construction guys, and sailors all hanging out together. The conversations they might have, especially maybe in a locker room, that would be pretty rough and inappropriate. That's the talk that I'm talking about. It's outdated, and we don't talk like that anymore. Anyways, at least not in polite conversation. Um, so I wanted to throw that out there. If you're not prepared for it, it's and you care about that kind of stuff, it's going to be a shock. The synopsis I wrote for it is a team of mercenaries that specialize in rescue work go into Guatemala. At some point, they go in to save some political dignitaries. Soon they realize this mission is like no other. Can they escape the jungle while they are being hunted? Who or what is this mysterious predator? So, spoiler, there is a predator in this movie. um, so, like I said, it's a group of guys. They're all professional soldiers, and there's some cool stuff to this movie. So there's, in my opinion, very cool action. So Jesse Ventura, he used to be a wrestler, and then he got into politics for a little while. Just in case you don't know who Jesse Ventura is, his wrestling name was The Body. So Jesse the Body Ventura. He carries a minigun at one point. And when you think about 1987, that hadn't been done before in a movie. Him carrying a minigun. So when Schwarzenegger does it in T2, Jesse the Body Ventura did it first in 1987. They went back and they proved that a human being can't do that. You can't stand and fire a minigun. It was on MythBusters. They did this whole thing. And one of the guys from this movie, not Jesse Ventura, but one of the guys from this movie, is in the MythBusters episode when they prove that you can't stand up and fire a minigun. Humans can't do it. You're not strong enough. Anyways, um, there's cool stuff. I mean, they've got grenade launchers and they've got all sorts of guns and knives, and they're all professional soldiers. So they, you see work with tripwires and traps, and it's neat. um, there's a lot of jungle climbing and exploration. um, Another part of the movie that I thought that I really enjoy is the horror aspect. So if you watch my video with Alien, you know that I like traditional horror themes, like literary horror themes. So, for instance, fear of the unknown. What is this thing that's in the jungle that's hunting them? Fear of the unknowable. We've seen it, but it just defies all understanding. Like, we just can't wrap our heads around it. It's so bizarre and alien to us that we've seen it, but we just don't understand it, and we just have to deal with the fact that we can't understand it. And then isolation. So they're in this part of Guatemala, up in the mountains, and there's only like one reasonable way out, and it's not very hospitable. So they have to go through all this really hard to maneuver jungle whilst being hunted. um, so it's got those parts to it, and also the part of the isolation is there's no help. So they go in with the military, but they're too deep into this rebel-controlled area of Guatemala. I don't know the politics of Guatemala in 1987, so I can't tell you. But there's rebels in the area, militant rebels. So the helicopters won't come in to get them out. So they have to try to get out. Um, there's also really cool like science fiction action because this thing that hunts them, I'm trying not to give too much away, has like cool science fiction weapons. So that's pretty cool. The movie, in my opinion, the movie Predator is kind of the genesis of most people's pop culture knowledge of how infrared light works or infrared vision works, because that becomes pretty important. um, Eventually, Arnold, being the main character, squares off against whatever this thing is, and they have like a battle royale where he like makes his own weapons, and there's some pretty cool scenes where, like, to draw him in, he goes all like tribal and like like builds a spear and lights this giant like fire and does this like Tarzan scream into the stillness of the night of the jungle. There's really cool stuff here. And there's also a lot of logic. Um, it's a science fiction movie, but there's also a lot of like if this then that that make a lot of sense. There's just a good horse sense. So like one point in the movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger says they find some of the blood of this thing, and he says, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Well, that's like become pop culture, and it's trickled down. So much so, there's a fake musical called Predator the Musical. YouTube it. Maybe I'll leave a link in the description here. But the main song from Predator the Musical is called "If It Bleeds, We Can Kill It," and it's funny. Whoever put this together, very nice, very well done. I appreciate you. It's also pretty old, so it's been on the internet forever. In the end, I like Predator. It's one of my favorite go-to science fiction action movies if I want something to jam out. If I'm writing some Dungeons and Dragons, or if I'm trying to get my imagination stimulated, I'll definitely pop on some Predator. Carl Weathers is pretty cool in the movie. He's got some big muscles back then. I mean, he's in Rocky and all that stuff, but like, I feel like in this movie he really shows him off. How buff Carl Weathers was. I really enjoy it. Like I said, watch out for the language, and maybe you don't watch it with your kids if that's a thing. Anyways, I enjoy sharing these videos with you and telling you about the movies that I love. We here at the Dragon's Lair understand that you can spend your time anywhere on the internet, so we want to say thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.